unzip that just a wee bit? All right. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to those who will watch the replay, those who will listen to the podcast. Number one notary educator here. You know, I got some stories, y'all. Learn from me. Learn from me. What I do is I educate notaries nationwide to know how to do their notarial duties properly, which is going to equate to using your stamp for cash. How about that? If you are still unsure how to properly notarize, you probably need to check out my mentorship program. $27 per month entry or $47, depending on what you would like and need. Hey, Mrs. D, what's up? What's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sis. Good afternoon. So yeah, remind me because I'm gonna tell you up front what I want to talk about in case I forget. So I want to tell you about my apostille that finally happened yesterday. I got the documentation in hand, signed by the client. But today was a holiday. Remember I talked about that on Friday. I wasn't sure if it was a holiday or not for the state of Georgia. Duh, it was a holiday, guys. So I wasn't able to even take it to the apostille office. So this apostille is going into week number 2. And that's what I was telling my sister yesterday because my client came here last night. Let me give y'all a little backstory on this apostille. And then the other one I want to tell you is about a translation thing I'm working on. So with the apostille, I've been working on this for a week and a couple days now, okay? And this is why when I tell you we charge $200, $300, $400 and all that, it's because it's just a lot of time involved. You can't get your time back, right? So I've been dealing with this client for a week and a half. And the crazy part about it is we started out, she knew she might have to get a document redone, which is what happened. And we typed up the document, had to change the verbiage on it several times. I even went to meet her on Saturday to get the documents. Then when I was there, she wanted to add another paragraph to it. So just constantly changing, right? So finally, she signed it last night. But again, she came at 9 o'clock last night on a Sunday. And if I didn't let her come last night, then she would have to come late again today because she don't get off work till 6. So that's why when people say, you know, there's no money out here in these streets and all this, you got to be flexible to get the money. You do. And you guys know I usually like to start around 11. Excuse me, I just drank a smoothie, but I work till whenever. I mean, technically on paper, my business closes at 8. But I work to when I work. Hey, Ingrid, what's up? What's up? I work when I work, you know? And again, she needed to come last night at 9 o'clock. So I finally got it signed. Woke up this morning. I told her yesterday, I said, I got a feeling the state is going to be closed. Hey, Queen Rashid, what's up? What's up? Greetings to you too. I said I knew it probably was going to be closed today because today is Columbus Day. And sure enough, when I called this morning, I got all these different messages. Press this. We're out of the office. Whatever. Okay. So all that being said, I will finally, hopefully, get this apostille completed tomorrow. She had one document, one notarization. I created the document. I gave her a deal, remember, because this was her third apostille with me. And I only charged her $200. But don't forget I've been talking to her now every day for almost at least a half hour. So, I mean, do the math. You can't charge people for conversation, right? But that's a little frustrating sometimes. I'm going to tell you that part of it. So some people may try to charge a consultation fee. I don't charge that. I mean, some people might try it. If you can get it, go for it. I don't charge my client like that. But again, this is her third time coming to me. And it's all good because I really like her as a person, just period. But it doesn't change the fact that it's business. And, you know, here we go. So let's see. Hey, Jones. Jones is saying, good day, lovelies. What's up? What's up? And Grip is saying, are you going to change your hours November 2nd when the time changes? I usually do. I'll probably change it to 7. But again, I put 7 o'clock, girl. They still coming late. Like last night, my client came at 9. I just said that. So I'll probably change it to 7. I don't go out typically after 5. I don't go out after 5. We let people come to us. So, and they come, like I said, they come when they come. I run my business and I'm full time. That's the difference now. I'm full time and my husband lives here with me, right? So I'm not by myself. There are other people who are by themselves. They still let clients come to them. So that's gonna be a personal decision for you and your business. However, after 5, we typically like if you want to come here, but we don't do too much traveling after that because I just don't want to go back out. I've been running all day. Where is Mr. Kimfrey? He ain't grip. He just went walking. Actually, I'm about to go do a little something myself. That's why I got my little jacket on. Yeah, I'm about to go do something. He goes to the park. I usually will go with him sometimes, but then when we get there, we go separate because he walks so much faster. His legs are just longer. He's like, "Come on, you're being slow." I'm like, "No, you go do you. I'm gonna do me." So I'm gonna just walk here. I have a little hard area, like a cement area I can walk on. I don't mind just walking in a circle. I walk around and around and around and listen to my podcast or whatever. My neighbor is backing down the street like a maniac. So I'm gonna do that, and I got up and I'm start working on my other business this morning. My new business, Creators Club with Kimmi, coming soon, coming soon. Even if you are not interested in notary space, you are interested in business, it is going down very soon. I'm going to help you with your online business. If you want to do courses, if you want to sell an ebook, if you just need to start your business, period, whatever business it is, it could be lawn care, nails, whatever. I do business, right? So it's coming soon, Creators Club. So I got up working on that today. Finally, you know what motivated me, and this might be a tip for you too. That's why you got to start somewhere, guys. I already had the slides written up, the course slides. I already had the thumbnails created by my personal fiber. Everything good to go, everything. And I just got in a slump like, God, I'm so tired. I don't want to do nothing else, right? Because you're not running full blown notary business plus notary educator. So my plate is pretty full, but this is just something I'm called to do. I love talking business, all things business. So that's what this is going to allow me to do. And then help some people, like I said, I don't care what kind of business it is, they all start the same way. But a lot of times you don't have nobody to, what I like to say, get in the dirt with you, like at the ground up. That's me. I'm gonna get in the ground up with you kind of person. And somebody in mentorship, she just joined a week ago. Her comment on Saturday or Sunday was so beautiful. It was yesterday, I think. It made my whole day, I promise you. She said, "I've been loving your free videos. I've been loving your free videos." She said, "You give so much information for free. The content is amazing." And I've had other people ask me this too. Well, why should I join mentorship when you give out so much on the channel? So this particular person, her comment was, "I love everything you've given me for free. It's been amazing. I've done some things in my business." She said, "But now that I'm actually in the mentorship program, I actually have a business and my business is growing." I was like, you see the difference? You can come here and watch this all day long, but if you ain't implementing and don't know how to implement, right? The mentorship, that's what it gives you. It gives you access to me, your fellow notaries that are also building, actually doing the thing. So it's amazing. If you didn't catch the video we dropped today, go back and watch it, guys. It's all success. It's all success. We did a success session October 1st, and the video just dropped today. It's an hour and a half long, but you will be inspired to start your notary business. You will be inspired to start your own business. And see, it's not just Kimmi saying that you can make money. No, the people in mentorship are making money. So go back and catch the video today. It's an hour and a half, okay? It's an hour and a half. I'm telling you. Let's get some of y'all comments. If you have any more comments, drop them here, okay? Jones says, yes, thank you so much. You're so welcome. Jones also says, I know it's how to implement. Yeah. So if you're implementing, go for it. But it's nothing like the community with like-minded people, And again, our people are really doing amazing. So if you did not see the video that dropped today, it's an hour and a half long. Again, go back and watch that session. I don't put a lot of our mentorship sessions out, but that one was going out because it was nothing about successes. It was just all about successes and wins. People are killing it. Okay. Ms. D says, how can I contact you, Kimmi? I'm in the death industry and need to bounce some information off of you. I'm not sure what you're referring to in the death industry, if you're selling insurance or something. It's info@notaryeducators.com. But you can drop your comment here. I mean, we could talk about it, whatever it is. I don't prepare documents or anything if that's what you need. So I'm not sure how I can best help you, but feel free to drop your comment while I'm live. Here you can clean it up if it needs to be for here or whatever. But I don't prepare documents. I don't do referrals of any kind. So like to get people to if you need someone to help you with something, like I don't know, an attorney or something, I don't really even have contacts like that. So whatever it is, I'm here live, so you probably want to maybe address it right quick. And Grip says, "Boom, you're the bomb, Miss Kim Free. I appreciate everything that you share with us." Oh, I know, it's my pleasure. I really do. I enjoy talking about it. Period. So I'm gonna talk about it here. I'm gonna talk about it in mentorship. So depending on how you want to get your information and what you're ready to do with your business. Everyone's not ready for mentorship. They're not. And if you are not, you can check out my Start Your Notary Business book collection. I'll show you really quick. Boom! It's one for every state. Okay. I just happen to have Georgia, Florida, and Indiana, but every state has your own book. So you can start with that book, Start Your Notary Business. You can get it at notaryeducators.com. Okay, notaryeducators.com. And then you can also check out the Notary Journal collection. Check it out, check it out, check it out. There are 15 to choose from. And it's even a script in there for you, your sample questions, rather, when you get ready to screen your clients. Let's see. Miss D, don't be ashamed to put your comment. You don't have to retract it. Tell me what you need. I'm here in person. People do that in mentorship too sometimes. We're live in mentorship talking, but they rather wait and just kind of figure it out. Don't figure it out. I'm here. We're live. We got to talk. What do you need? Tell me. What other questions do you all have for me today? While I am waiting on your questions and comments, I have another story for you. So I also provide translation services, right? What is translation services? Translation services is you need a document translated, right? You reach out to me. I help you facilitate it, right? I do speak Spanish, not perfectly, a little. And then, it's all kind of apps and stuff, but I don't recommend you do it yourself. I have a whole translation course. It's also included in mentorship, but that's another service you guys should be offering. But I wanted to share something that happened with us today with one of our translations. So we got this translation. The lady actually reached out to me last week. I don't know why my last few clients have been going into weeks. Okay. She reached out to me last week about getting 3 documents translated. Well, she didn't send me pictures of the documents. So I just gave her a quote, right? So today she wants to proceed. She gets back with me a week later. She's ready to go. She's like, let's do this. So I said, hey, can you send me a picture of the documents? Because now at this point, I want to upload them and get an accurate quote, right? So I figured I had given her a nice quote, but lo and behold, I sent it over to the company that I was using, and they tell me almost $200. Yep. I was like, wow. So Jeffrey, my partner, he uploaded the docs, right? So I saw him upload 3. But when he uploaded for the quote, for some reason, it did not take. It said it gave us an error message on 2 of the documents. So he uploaded it again. And guess what happened? You already know what happened. We got a quote, all right. But on which documents? 3 of the same. 3 of the same. So, oh my God, I'm like, I just quoted this lady. I just gave her all this information. And now we realize that the wrong documents were uploaded. So what's the tip and what's the gem there? When you are uploading something, make sure you are uploading the correct document. Make sure you are uploading the correct document for translation because it affects the price. It affects the price. So fortunately, in our case, the wrong page that was uploaded had 1,500 worth of words on it almost, right? But the next 2 that really need to be uploaded did not have that many. So the price actually was less than what I told the client. Okay. It was less. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the price that I told the client because she actually wants to get the documents shipped to her. So I'll just use that part for the shipping. I had not included shipping in her quote. So some of the extra, I'll use that to pay for her shipping. So when it comes to translation services, and again, I got a full course on this if you want to be a pro. You can have the documents where you just print them and give it to the client, or sometimes they want a hard copy. Okay. So that's going to be up to the client to make that decision. So, but in this case, again, my whole point is make sure that you're uploading the correct document. I see we have a lot of new people that joined us. What is going on in these notary streets? I have an idea. If y'all been watching different people on YouTube and everything, it's a lot going on. I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies. I had some granola yesterday and it did not really agree with me. Yes, a lot going on in these notary streets. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about the notary business, okay? Let me tell you how I feel about the notary business, just overall. I'm not gonna get into what's actually some of the conversation, but I'm gonna just tell you how I feel about the notary business. I feel every business, and not just the notary business. I don't care if you're doing lawn care or whatever you are doing. Hold on, let me see what Miss D comment is. Let me check my comment. I'm gonna give Miss D comment. Hold on, Miss D. Um, I feel like whatever business you are doing, there are going to be things that you don't like about it, right? Even when you work for your W-2 employer, there are certain things that you're going to like, certain things that you don't like. If it gets to a point that you don't like it, you just stop doing it. You just stop doing it. Because the industry, more than likely, some will change. Change does come about when people, make a fuss about stuff. It does. But I'm just of the mindset, I love being a notary. I love helping people. I work with clients. I work with what clients I want to work with. That's what I encourage for you. You may start out taking a few jobs you don't necessarily want to, but that's just called being an adult sometimes, being an entrepreneur, a business owner. And then from there, as you continue to grow, you get experience, you get knowledge, you can do what you want to do. You have make different choices. I don't work with everybody anymore. Certain people, I'm like, block, delete. I don't even want no message from you. Okay, I just don't. I don't like how you pay. I don't like the amount you pay. I don't like that you pay slow. Your packages are just too large. So I can be kind of picky nowadays. Just like I'm picky when it comes to what I eat. You know, I'm very picky with my assignments. Sometimes I'm not driving to Atlanta, but if you're new and you're just getting started out, you could take those jobs that I'm not taking in Atlanta, right? Because I like to kind of stay within a 30-mile radius. So there's plenty of room. That's why I always say the industry is not dead, it's not oversaturated, it's not any of those things. And just be cautious of where you're getting your information from. Be cautious of what we listen to because it does affect you. It really does. If everybody's like, this is whack, this is, you're gonna take on that same thought. Even though you was loving it before somebody told you shouldn't. Ever happened to you before? You like, oh, such and such, I love such and such and such and such. And then somebody like, girl, but did you know? And you like, oh, now that changes everything, right? Mrs. D said, I'm trying to establish a mobile funeral arranger business where I go directly to families that would rather set up funerals, memorials, repasts from their home. Oh, I love that idea. Now, that's you. So eventually, when they come out, you need to be in a creators club. You need to be in a creators club. This is the kind of stuff we're gonna do. Help you take your vision to actual goal. So let me ask you this though. So when you say have it in their home, because I've heard this, I think back in the day, in old times, they used to even have the body right in the house. Are you referring to them even having the body at their home if they wanted to, or like backyard funerals and stuff like that? I love the idea though. I love the idea. Now, I'll be honest, it's not something that I would do myself because I'm just not that person. I don't even like going to funerals. I go because I have to. I have to support the families. Um, you know, I prefer not to see the body. Even with my own parents, I was able to just do like a memorial video for them, especially because it was around the time of COVID. Um, so I didn't have to, but they never wanted that anyway. So, it's not a topic most people like to even talk about, but I love the idea of being able to have something in people's homes, you know, where, and a repast at the house is nothing new either. That concept, because I remember back in the day before people started going to, renting places and renting event spaces and stuff, the repast was always at the house. We go back to the house after you eat. I mean, after the person died or whatever, after the memorial. So that part is not new, but to actually arrange it for them, It's a beautiful idea because most people are so overwhelmed and so stressed. They'll typically get a family friend or somebody to plan it. But if you're going to plan it and you can organize the meal and everything, I'd pay you versus, and that's what people are paying for in any industry, guys. Any industry, they're paying for service and convenience. People don't want to have to do nothing, okay? They don't want to have to do nothing. Right now, I ask my husband every week, do you want somebody to cut the grass? Oh, not cut my own grass. Because we're from Detroit. So a man cutting his grass is just like, don't touch a man in his grass, okay? His lawnmower, don't come between the two of them. But I'm like, you want me to get somebody to do that for you? You know, because I'm figuring while he doing that, he could be working on something for me and my business, right? If you ever listen to this guy, this man called Myron Golden, he's always talking about buying back your time. Some people are like, well, I can't afford that. I don't want to pay for that. I hear a lot of people not getting house cleaners. And I can't afford a house cleaner. I got a couple friends that I could pay them probably like $50, $60 come do something. And Jeff was like, what's wrong with your head? He asked me, what's wrong with your head? So, but anyway, I like the idea. Anytime you can offer a service. And again, if you're going to plan a funeral from beginning to end, I love it. I love it. And you would advertise. Now, you wouldn't be able to go to funeral homes necessarily because that's the competition. How would you get your clients? You would probably, your best bet would be setting up a Google ad, probably a Google business page with what you're offering. And then as people are searching for funeral services, and then word of mouth, because that's something everybody always need. I don't care where you live, what color, whatever. Everybody always needs, someone's always dying. Someone's always dying. So I hope that helped you. Let me know if that is what you were kind of leaning towards and what you were thinking, okay? Joan says, so much that it gets overwhelming, makes me overstimulated. LOL. Oh, girl, we've been talking about so much, Jones. What gets you overwhelmed and overstimulated? Because we've been talking about so much. I'm sorry. Can you refresh my memory? Queen Rashid says, yes, Mrs. D, that's a great idea. Wish I had your help. See, look at that. Look, I love it. And this is what the Creators Club is all about. When I rolled out that, oh, I'm so excited. This just let me know I'm getting ready to go in the right direction. Notary Educators is not going nowhere, guys. Notary, I bleed notary. But my new endeavor is going to be what we just did right here. What we did right here. And that's helping people to realize their dream. A lot of you, like I said, you want to write an ebook. You want to do courses. You want to do a podcast. You want to do something. And yeah, there are 1,000 videos on YouTube. You can watch them. 1,000. But I've actually done all of these things. So in our new Creators Club community, everything with a K, y'all. In the new Creators Club community, though, this is what we're going to do weekly. I'm going to teach you how to start that business from beginning to end. We're going to develop your business plan. We're going to help you to start marketing. We're going to help you get your first client, you know. So it's a lot of things. Okay, Miss Jones, thank you. So many notaries content on YouTube and TikTok. Yes, it is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. Thank you for clarifying that too. Yeah, because I'm like, we talked about so much stuff. Welcome, everybody. We got a lot of new people. We're just kind of chit-chatting today. We've been talking about my apostille client, my translation services, what's going on in these notary streets, and actually starting your own business of any kind. And I'm sure you all can agree. Let's finish up with Miss, because I love this, what Jones is saying. When you think about so much content, it's funny you say that because I look at TikTok occasionally. I'm not a big TikToker, but I look at TikTok, YouTube sometimes, and people dropping in my feed different notaries. I'm like, well, where'd they come from? Who are they? And then I'll look at them, and then maybe 3 or 4 months later, they're gone. They were selling a course, or they were selling something. We've been here almost 5 years. So the message hasn't changed. The number of people that we helped have changed because people are constantly growing. I just love it. I just love it. That's why I said check out the video that we just put out today. It's an hour and a half of success stories, and that's just the nth of the success stories. I mean, because a lot of people are shy, they work in silence. One day, and she's actually going to teach tomorrow. Tomorrow's session is about field inspections. If you have any interest in doing field inspections, you probably want to be in the house. There is a course on it that you can buy separately. Coupon code is WIN2025, WIN2025, or it's included in the mentorship all-inclusive package. But tomorrow we're doing a deep dive into field inspections, and that's being taught by Miss Angela Brown. Now to tell you a little bit about Angela just really quick. So she was one of those people I say walk in silence. So one day I had dropped our link in our group about leaving us a review. So somebody left this amazing review. They was like, yeah, no, the educators was great and this and that. And I just did 2 long signings yesterday and I've been doing this. And I said, who is it? It said A-B. So I got back in the group. I said, can somebody tell me who A-B is? And it was Angela Brown. And I was so impressed with her. I was just like, you're doing so much stuff. I said, we didn't know she'd been working the program, y'all. She had been working it like for real, from the beginning to the end. Everything we say, everything we teach, everything we do. And she was winning like, I don't know what. All she was doing was win, no matter what. So then she dropped it in the chat, and like I said, she dropped it in a review. So I told her, I said, girl, you've been walking in silence all these months? Because a lot of times people don't participate. Like they don't verbal. A lot of people are shy. I get that. I'm not that shy. If the car is too quiet, I'm talking. I don't like silence. That's me. So a lot of people are the complete opposite though. So I'm sitting here, I'm looking, I said, well, who's A Brown? Can somebody tell me who A Brown is? So anyway, she's teaching tomorrow, part of it. We'll be doing it together. She'll be co-hosting the session with me. So a lot of our people are doing well. Next week, we'll have Lori Wilson. She'll be co-hosted with me about customer service. Lori does very well in customer service. And these are things that I teach you anyway, but who better to hear from your peers? Sometimes we hear from somebody else that's, equally learning like you or equally progressing like yourself. It's like, oh, okay, well, she can do it. I can do it too. So we're just inviting a few special guests on the next couple of months. So it's been going well, actually. So tomorrow night, if you're interested in field inspections, join us. Mrs. D says, I'm a funeral planner, just like a wedding planner. Yes, I have taken a body to someone's home for a viewing. Wow, look at there. So you're a funeral planner. I mean, I'm telling you, I love the idea, and I'm so glad that this came up today. Again, because it's letting me know. So what are you doing as far as your advertising? What are you doing as far as social media? How do people know you exist? Let me know. And again, this is the kind of thing we're going to be unpacking in the Creators Club with Kimmi. So let me know, how are you advertising? How do people know you exist? Is there a lot of competition? Are there a lot of people doing that? I love it. Queen Rashid says, Miss Kimmi, if I already have an LLC, can I do a DBA for my notary services? So are you trying to put your notary services in the LLC? Are you trying to do the DBA like Queen Rashid doing business as Rashid Mobile Notary? What are you trying to do? And of course, I have to give you a disclaimer. I'm not a tax professional, but I'll let you tell me what you're thinking about doing, and I'll tell you what I think you should do. I'll tell you that, because what I like is a clean separation, because I get that question a lot. A lot of people have all these different businesses, right? I have 15 different, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I had 5 different bank accounts. I had 5 different this. And I talked to one of my tax persons. He was like, it's all notary, so you don't have to do all that. I was doing the most. I had 5 different bank accounts, 5 different LLCs, 5 different. He was like, no. If I was selling hot dogs on one hand, then my other business is selling, doing yard work. Let's do that. So I'm selling hot dogs, doing yard work, and I'm doing notary. Can all 3 of those be under the same name? Probably not. Right? You have a consulting business. What do you consult about? Are you consulting about notary? Are you consulting about how to take care of your pet? You know what I'm saying? I don't mix. I just think those two probably are 2 different businesses. I really do. Again, I'm not a professional when it comes to taxes or whatever, but I'm thinking you need a separate one. What are you consulting about? Like right now, we got somebody in our group. She does taxes. A lot of notaries do taxes. She does taxes, and She wanted to combine the two. She already had a website. I'm like, I don't know. So she realized that she needed, in her case, to go ahead and get two separate ones. So she has a separate one for her tax because it was all about tax. Then she has a separate one that's all about her notary business, and now her business is actually picking up. So it's kind of hard when you're trying to sell everything under one umbrella. Even like, what is it? Raising Cane's, they only do chicken strips. Now I'm not saying you can only do something. I'm not saying that because clearly your girl do a lot of stuff, and I do a lot of stuff under my notary umbrella. But because like on my webpage, I do apostilles, I do ink fingerprinting, I do proctoring, I do field inspections. I don't do wedding officiant, but I could. I do a lot of stuff. I-9 forms, so all that's under the heading of being a notary. Okay, all of that's under. Like the video for me, guys. Thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up. Put a thumbs up for me. Yeah, so you just got to be really cautious. It's a fine line. And then if I'm going to do a DBA, I'd rather do an LLC. Why? Because I get those protections as an LLC, right? It's a separation between me and my business. Separation. Okay? So if I just do DBA, I might as well just leave it as Kimmi Notary Service. Because it's really Kimmi doing business as Kimmi. You one and the same. Okay? One and the same. But if I say Kimmi Notary Services LLC, now if something jumps off with the business that goes bad, they can't come after Kimmi. They can go after Kimmi Notary Services LLC. Because it's two different things, two different entities. It's a whole entity. It's a whole life. Okay? So it's a lot of little wiggle room there. So just do what's best for you. Some states LLCs cost a lot. Now Georgia, they cost $100 for an LLC. Yep, cost $100. And me and my crazy self, one day I was doing another little business thing, and I end up getting a separate LLC through Georgia. Excuse me, when Georgia will allow you to do a name change for $20. I didn't know that. Yep, I didn't know it. So I move really fast. And that could be bad sometimes. So if I had to taken a couple days, just kind of process it, then I would have realized, you know what, just go down there and change the LLC, right? I not go down there, but I do it right online. So the next one, I did that again. I was like, I don't like that name. I want to change it. So I was able to change it. So Queen Rashida saying, just thinking of using it as a holding or a parent company. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit more than what I do. And again, I don't know what you should do because I don't do. So I have one big company that, how do I put that? So I have my notary educators, boom. Then I have None Better Notary, separate. Even my new and Creators Club with Kimmi, I don't think I'm going to do, I have an LLC for it, but I don't think I'm going to do another bank account for that. I just don't. Because I'll just have everything go into my my big enterprise account, right? My one main account. Let's see. Mrs. D said, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you to think about that and see. And I like to keep things simple. If you haven't noticed, it's not that complicated. I don't just say that. I live that. I don't do complications. I don't do complications. So I'm doing my business as simply as I can. I do my life as simple as I can. My blood pressure, I joke about it a lot, but I try not to let too much stuff stress me out. So I'm not looking for headaches. So I'm not having no 10 businesses over here, 15 over there. When I was able to consolidate, when I got with the right tax person, and she was like, you don't need all that. You can put it all under one thing. I was like, what? I closed out bank account, closed out LLC, boom, boom, boom. I was simplifying like a crazy person. Mrs. D said, I currently work for a funeral home. I haven't officially launched the actual funeral planning business as of yet. That's where I need some direction. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I hope I was able to add a little give you some things to think about. And this is the kind of thing. So just asking you, Mrs. D, you don't have to commit, of course, but I'm saying based on what I told you, the Creators Club is going to be about. Do you think that's something you would be interested in with your funeral home part of your business, launching it? The Creators Club, where we would help you to, just like we do in the notary business. It's the same premise. That's why I love it. When you find something that works, you just wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. I'm doing exactly what Creators Club with Kimmi that I have done with Notary Educators with Kimmi. The same exact premise. I'm going to create the courses. I'm going to have a couple books, which I ain't even stressed about the books right now. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm going to have a couple, have my courses though, my main core courses that people can buy separately, or they can come watch them in the mentorship. And we're going to meet every week to discuss business. Every week. Every week it's going to be how to choose your business name, talk about your branding, talk about your logo. All of that goes together. How to pick your name. Do you need a business email? I mean, it's going to cover every single aspect of building out your business. And then helping you get your business going, actually advertising. You need to go talk to 5 people this week and come back next week and tell me what 5 people you talked to. So it's going to be great. I'm excited the more and more I think about it. So I'm hoping to get everything up and loaded by, what is this? The middle of October, by the end of this month, 1st of November. And then we're going to actually roll out, um, we're going to actually roll out, I'm going to get your question, Debbie. We're going to actually roll out the membership so we can all start the first of the year. Because I'm thinking the first week of January or second week of January. Because people, once Christmas start hitting, November, people don't care about making no money. They only spending money. And then in January, that's when everybody like, oh, I need to get my business started. I need to get my business started. And I'm not mad at you, but I want to teach you guys to be a business owner 24/7, 365. Now, I'm not saying you're working like that, but I want you to have that mentality. We got to get out of this, oh, I'm shutting down for the whole Christmas season. Unless you got it like that. But you can't just turn your brain off and you working for somebody, W-2 job. And I guess you can. That's why you got that mentality. But I mean, even in our mentorship and in my business and everything, for real, and it's not just my industry. A lot of people just like, you know what? I don't care about nothing the whole month of November, the whole month of December. The heck with life. And I'm like, we don't roll like that. The bills still keep rolling through. I don't just make willy nilly decisions for 2 months out the year and then I'll figure it out back in January. No, that is not what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and work our business all year. That way, if you do want to kind of take off toward the end of the year, we've planned for it, right? We've put systems in place where, yeah, my ebook is still selling, or yes, this is still rolling on my YouTube channel. I'm going to even go over how to start a YouTube channel, a podcast. It's covering everything, guys. How to hire a virtual assistant. You may not be ready for that in your business, but eventually you will be. It's going to cover everything. I'm so excited. It's 17 courses right now. It's 17 courses, and they're quick courses because the main thing is I want you to get the basic information. Same thing we do in Notary Educators Mentorship. Same exact premise. We want you to get the basics in the courses, the online training, and then when we meet together, we get you all cleaned up and ready to go. Loving it. Debbie says, will the mentorship prices be the same for the rest of this year? Yes, they will. Yes, they will be the same. And right now you can join at $27 or $47. The $27 gets you access to your 5 core courses that you need, and you still get to come to the weekly live trainings, even in the $27 plan. So if you're part of the 47 or were part of it before, you just want to get in the community, the 27 allows you to come to every session. Okay? It allows you to come to every session. I don't know how I could word it differently. And I really don't want people just joining to come to the sessions because I think you won't benefit yourself. But you can come and do the trainings. Those 5 trainings there. It's Notarize Like a Pro, your core courses. Notarize Like a Pro, Specialty General Notary, one of them. how to price your services, and how to market, how to build a business. All of those are included. So people are really being successful even with the $27. They are. And it's funny because they're like, I got this, I can go do it. And then they're like, well, what if I get stuck? Well, if you get stuck, you need to be in the $47 one so you can get the chat access. Because that runs 7 days a week. It's kind of like the NNA hotline, but it's via chat and it's 7 days a week. NNA is only open 5 days a week. Okay, so yes, the prices will stay the same. LL, right? I will just get another LLC. Yeah. But again, don't make that decision kind of like, well, because I said so. Just process it. Take some time and think about it. Hey, Sadia. Hello, hello. Queen Rashid says, I'm in a mentorship. Do you give the accountant info in there? The accountant info. What accountant info are you referring to, Queen? And thank you for being a part of membership. What accountant did I mention? Because I don't even know what I just said. What accountant information? Because I don't even remember mentioning an accountant. Are you talking about my personal accountant? Is that what you're referring to? My personal accountant? I wouldn't refer her because if something go bad, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'll be honest. I I I don't like referring people like that when it comes to people's money. I want a little degree of separation. Mm-mm. Now, somebody referred her to me, so I guess it would be up to you to do your due research. I've been using her for 3 years. Sadia says, what a coincidence. I was looking for you on YouTube and forgot your name, and all of a sudden your live came up. That's so funny. What was meant to be today. Welcome, Sadia. Welcome, welcome. Any questions I can help you with while I'm here? Mrs. D said, most definitely I would be interested. Please let me know when the details become available. Thanks, Kimmy. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. And I wish you much success on that too. I really do. You said you had an accountant that helped you. Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't, she's not in the mentorship, and I have not brought her on and don't plan to. No, I don't mind giving you her number. I don't know about that. That's why I said I don't know, because sometimes people get funny. If it go bad, I don't see it going bad because I've been using it for 3 years. So, and you know what's so funny? I had another accountant before her. I actually used 3 last year. No, 2 years ago. Last year I used 2. So 3 years ago I had somebody I was letting do my taxes for me, and he flat out told me, he said, "Look, I brought you as far as I could take you. I don't do ABC." And I was like, okay, but I didn't want to leave him because I knew him, right? I love working with him. Hey guys, welcome. Any questions you have, feel free to go ahead and drop it, any comments or whatever. And anyway, he was like, I took you as far as I can go. So I stayed with him another year. And then after the year that, it ended up costing me a whole lot of money, because I was like, I guess he has really taken me as far as he can go. I said, that's it. So I started asking people for referrals, and that's how I found her. And at the same time, somebody else gave me this other guy, and I really wanted to work with him, but he is so good. It's really hard to get an appointment with him. So one year I used both of them, and I might do that again this year. You know why I do that? Because I really, and she doesn't like it. I'll be honest with you. I don't think she likes it, and I wouldn't like it either. I mean, I have people in mentorship that say, yeah, I also take such and such training. Okay, good. I'm happy for you. And you're going to learn something from that person. You're going to learn something from me. So I'm not mad about it, right? Do what's best for you in your pockets. But in her case, the reason I use her plus this other guy is because I want 2 sets of eyes on my books. I really do. I enjoy having her look at it, and I enjoy having him look at it. So she's a person I meet with quarterly. She helped us get everything cleaned up. So I'm sure she felt a certain way when I said, okay, this year I'm going to let this guy do my taxes. And again, I wanted this other person to do it just because I wanted another set of eyes on it, you know? I just feel better. So far I've been doing like quarterly meetings with her, and then I let this other guy do it. And I got another appointment with him. It's very hard to get an appointment with him. He's like a 2-man show. He's really a 1-man show. Old fashioned, got all your stuff laying all out on the floor. When I first walked in there, I was like, here's a gym, y'all. Here's a gym. When I first walked in my tax guy's office, I said, I hope he don't watch my channel. I don't think he do. But I first walked in there, I'm sure he's heard it before. And I looked around. I told Jeff, I said, I don't know. I'm looking like I'm looking on camera. I'm looking around like, Man got files everywhere. Now they're organized because he got a little sticky on each one. They're not just strewn all over the place, but they are everywhere. You got a lot of business. And I said, oh Lord, I hope you don't mess up our stuff. Because he just has stuff everywhere. So where's the gem? Make sure your notary supplies and your bag look like you want people's business. Make sure your car is cleaned when you roll up to people. I know I'm going to step on some toes, but make sure your car is clean. You know, I ain't saying you got to go get it detailed. But so let me know, Queen. I might get share that with you. Yeah, but I ain't saying you got to go get a detail every week. But make sure your stuff is clean. You know, don't pull out your bag and everything falling out. I got stuff in folders, very organized, and all that leaves a nice impression on people. You know, you ever been to? It could happen anywhere. You can go to anybody's office. Sometimes I've been to other people's office before, and I'm looking around like, I don't know if I want you touching my stuff. Now, the reverse can be true too. I've been in some people's office and it's so clean. I'm like, do they have any clients? Do they know what they're doing? So people cannot win, can they? They cannot win because I've been in offices and I'm like, it is so doggone clean. I'm like, have you touched a piece of paper this year? Do you actually do what you say you do? So that's funny. Queen says, ma'am, I need her to tell me about all these bank accounts. All right, I'll give you her number. I'll give it to you. Are you in Georgia, Queen? Where are you located? Debbie says, I'm planning on doing, and you don't have to be in Georgia too. She does, I think she does nationwide. Yeah, I think she does nationwide. Debbie says, I'm planning on doing remote online notary, but I need the mentorship program to start my business. Yes. And if you're not too sure of your notarial duties, also before you start your remote online notary, Debbie, I'm a really, 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 really recommend you do the mentorship for that reason too. So, in order to have a great remote online notary business, you have to know how to stamp the paper. You have to. You have to. A lot of people think I'm just going to hop into remote online notary. I could bypass all the regular notary stuff. If you can't stamp a paper face to face, remote is going to be a beast. Okay. So I'll tell you what I like people to do. And this is just my personal opinion. Okay. And I'm going to be transparent because I don't even do remote. Okay. I have a remote online notary introductory course to teach you a little bit about it, but I don't actually do it because it's not legal in my state. Okay. When it's come to Georgia, I'll be the first person to sign up. I do teach nationwide, so I can tell you a little bit about everything, right? Um, but this is what I like people to do. You get your commission, right? The next thing I really like you to do is get this Start Your Notary Business book for your state, wherever you're located. And that way it's going to give you a nice overview of the business, right? Tell you what you can do. Florida, wherever you're located, right? All 50 states. And then the next thing I like for you to do is after you get your commission, read that little quick read. It's a quick read. Then I like you to double back and join the mentorship program. Or if you're not going to join mentorship, at least take Notarize like a pro. I like people to get the core courses under their belt. Then they have to build out that business because how are you going to accept payments? Are you going to be an LLC? Do you need EIN? All that kind of stuff, right? And then the next thing we're going to do is actually go out and stamp some papers face to face if you can. Unless you have a physical disability or something why you can't go out, I like people to get out there in the streets first, for real, because you're gonna learn so much stuff doing street notarizations, getting out there in general notary with the people, and then double back and now let's add remote online notary because you got a different beast to worry about. When you start doing remote online notary, now you gotta already do that basic that I just talked about, boot camp notarizations. You might be anywhere. You don't know if they got good ID, all the gamut, whatever you come across. But then now let's go to remote online notary. When you get to remote online notary, now you got to worry about the technical part of it. So you got to know your notarization piece. You got to be able to walk your clients through, the KDP part. Is it KDP? Knowledge based, knowledge based, KBI, knowledge based ID or something like that. But they are identifying themselves electronically. So you got to know all of that. So you got to know the basics. A lot of times, like I said, people trying to bypass that part and go straight to online thinking it's easier. It's not. It could be even more harder. So I just like you to have a little bit of everything. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Mrs. D. You're so welcome. So yeah, join the program now for sure. We'd love to have you. We got a lot of people doing remote in the group too. We got a lot of Texans in the group, so they're doing remote online notary. We have about 3 to 4 that are actively doing it. Quite a few are just doing regular general notary work, loan signings. We got a couple people killing the field inspection game. So tomorrow, that's what that session is about. Let's see. Debbie says, "Oh, okay. Queen is in Valdosta. Okay, and shoot me a DM. Are you in the group? I can't check my because I'm on my phone. Are you in the group me? If you're in the group me, just send me a little message behind the scenes so I can remember, or shoot me an email at info at notaryeducators.com. Debbie says, I am on Social Security and I have to be careful how much I make until February. I have my stamp. I've done a few stamps. Oh, okay. I don't drive and have a leg disability. Okay. So that's why you want to do the online. That's fine. That's fine. And that makes complete sense. That's why I said, unless you got a disability or something. Those were the other steps I recommended. Yeah. And you can do well with online. You can, but you still got to know. So you need the loan signing course. Sometimes you'll be doing loan signing documents. So all of that's included in the mentorship too. So you need to know how to do loan signings too. Okay. Cool. Debbie says, I am from New York, but I live in Texas. Well, isn't that funny? Because I told you we got a lot of Texans in the group. A lot. Queen Rashid says, I don't know how to get in the group. I will email you. Do you want to be in a group me, Queen? Because I really like people, if you can and you want to, get in that group me, because that's where you're gonna really get your gems from too. And watch and get your motivation. So a lot of people I find that they don't join the group me. So I don't know why. I don't. I encourage it though. But you can email me. If you want to get in the group me, I'll send you the link. Info at notaryeducators.com. Okay. Everything we talked about is at notaryeducators.com today too. If you want to join mentorship, either 27 or 47. We got a few more minutes. I see we got quite a few new people that just joined us. If you want to ask a question, please. Yes, I can't figure it out. Yeah, email me so we can get you in the group me. Okay. Yeah. Email me. And if I have to, I'll call you to make sure we get you in there. What other questions do we have? Anything else? Are we sure before I leave, before I head out? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little hot still for me out back. It's a little hot. I'm looking at the sun right now. So for me, the rest of the day, I'm going to probably go work on my website a little bit. Everything's kind of shut down, so I might get some calls later. I was waiting on a translation, so I don't know the one I told y'all about earlier. So I don't know, did she chicken out or not? Maybe I should ask her. Let me see. I don't think she sent the money though. Let me look. Yeah, I don't see where she sent the money. She's supposed to sell it. Oh, I'll leave you with this last gem. I'll leave you with this last tip. I don't do anybody's job like translation services, apostilles, or anything like that. I didn't mind getting her a quote. Okay, you don't have to pay me full price to get the quote, but I don't actually start the job without being paid. Never, ever, 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 ever. I'm not driving downtown. I'm not driving to Decatur, wherever, to do an apostille. I'm not doing no press in or start the order, because once you do the quote for the translation services, they'll keep sending you emails. You want to get started? You want to get started? Nope. Client hasn't paid me yet. So I'm not doing anything until we get paid. Okay, that's another tip for you. Some people say, "Well, I'll go ahead and do it." Mm-mm. It's just like loaning money. Don't loan no money to nobody that you may not be able to get it back from, unless it's gonna be a gift. Unless it's gonna be a gift. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Unless it's gonna be a gift. Why? Because a lot of times you loan people money, you already know they can't pay you back. And I'm a big Dave Ramsey follower. So you did all this loaning of the money, and then you expect them to pay you back, knowing that they can't. Now the relationship is severed. Okay. Same thing with my clients. I'm not doing nothing where I'm gonna be mad at you, because I can't sue my client over they ain't pay me for my translation. It ain't even worth going to court. I'm not even doing it. How about that? Okay, last chance for questions. So be careful, guys. Get paid first. Okay, and hit the like button for me. I know we got quite a few people here. Y'all can hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah. What last minute questions do we have? Anything else? And go back and watch the successes that was released today. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing Notary Business Success Mentor Program. All right. Nothing else? Okay. I'll give y'all 2 minutes. Not even, because I'm about to wrap this up. For all things notary, though, check out notaryeducators.com. And our people that just joined, are you sure nothing else? Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to tell you to have much success out there. Again, check us out at notaryeducators.com. See you over in mentorship or in the chat. Bye. Thanks for hitting that like button. I saw somebody. Thank you. I can't see who it is, but I thank you. Okay. Bye, y'all.